welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Qatar 0, Canada 2 in an international friendly. The first big one for Canada of 3. Big win against a team, the host of the World Cup, of course. In Austria, big win. Canada dominates Qatar in a very big match for them, and they prove that they might just look better against teams who play more openly. And they were already looking great against teams in CONCACAF. I said that's what Canada could do. I said they'd look a lot better against teams who were more open against them. And they already looked good in CONCACAF. I called it. 100% called it. There you go. And the bad taste from the Honduras game is out of our mouths, even though we still lost to a tropical disturbance. Oof. Goals were scored as follows. In the 4th minute, Kyle Larin, ball crossed in by Adekugbe. Kyle Larin heads it in at the center of the box, heads it in to the goal. Great header, great goal from Kyle Larin. 0-1, 1-0 for Canada. Then in the 13th minute, Jonathan David scores. Gets a ball off the rebound, ball crossed in. Davies on the tackle, gets tackled. Ball rebounds to Jonathan David. He gets right there, takes the shot, bangs it into the net. 2-0. That's the way it would go into halftime. And then in the second half, Canada doesn't score any goals. I think they get a bit unlucky, but they still dominate defensively and in the midfield. Match ends 2-0 for Canada. Big win. At least we didn't embarrass ourselves like USA did. I still think it was a great win, but even if you don't think it was, at least we didn't embarrass ourselves like the USA did. 8 shots to 13, 2 shots on goal to 8, 40% possession, 60% possession, 418 passes to 635, 85% pass accuracy to 92% pass accuracy, 5 fouls to 9, 0 offside to 3, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, and 4 corners to 6. Canada, good stats, good score line, good scoreboard. Great team play by Canada. Strong win. Strong fight. Midfield-wise, they smothered out Qatar's midfield. Defensively, when they needed to make defensive plays, they did. Borjan made a couple of saves when he absolutely needed to, because there were some defensive miscues, especially early on. Jeez. Oof. After being up 1, that was in between the Larin goal and the David goal. Not great, but Borjan made some saves when needed to. Then at the back, very strong defense when needed, especially if the midfield got penetrated. But the midfield smothered out Qatar's attack. They could not get anything past, really, because the midfield was very strong. I thought the midfield was very strong. Eustachio, well, K did come on for the last 15 minutes. He's looked better than he did in the Toronto jersey, I'll say that, with those 15 minutes. With that, but Eustachio, Piet, they looked pretty good in the midfield. Atiba being missing, you probably don't want him missing for the World Cup, but if need be, we could still get by. That's the good thing to see, is we could still get by, as it looks. Early returns say yes. Tajon didn't play, of course. He's there more as a leadership role. Of course, he's a bit injured. Didn't get to play. Charles Andreas Brim actually looked pretty good. I'm actually sort of shocked. I thought he looked pretty good. Definitely is starting to turn my opinion on him positive. I'm happy. You want that to happen. Charles Andreas Brim looking pretty good. Richie Laryea, I wish he started, but Adekugbe did get an assist. He played very well, so maybe the move of not starting Laryea was smart, letting him play a half. Even though Adekugbe was on until about the 70th minute. But Laryea, I want him personally to start. I think that's a little bit biased maybe, but Richie, the thing that gets me about Richie not starting is the fact that Richie Laryea played all 3 games and was the best player on the team in January without having any minutes for like 2 months. And then in March, doesn't get played by Forrest at all. Plays the 3 games, best player on the team, or at least top 3 best players on the team in March. Richie Laryea can play no matter how much form he has. He's always good. So the fact he didn't start, I don't understand why he didn't. Maybe Herdman wanted to see the look without Akugbe. Maybe that's what it is. I'd like to know, personally. But if you want to see the look, that's fine. I'd rather see Laryea start the first game of the World Cup. Maybe he gets started on Tuesday against Uruguay, and he gets a game and a half during this run, and that's fine. He played, so maybe it's just about seeing the look of things, and I'm okay with that. This is the time to test it. You'd rather test it here than in Qatar. So if you're looking at things, even then, even if they were sort of testing things, they still were the better team. They still won, and they still dominated. So I'm not mad about it, and I'm not really questioning anything. I'm happy with the match. I'm happy with the play. I'm happy with a win. I don't see what there really is to complain about. I think Canada played a perfect game. Qatar, and they technically have won the Gold Cup third place match. Because, you know, CONCACAF doesn't have a third place match. And I know it's a year off, but Canada and Qatar lost the semifinals of the Gold Cup. Technically, this was a third place match a year out from when it should have been, but Canada does win it. I had to go there, but with that being said, Qatar just had no answers. They didn't. They're not that good. They are not that good. During the Gold Cup and Arab Cup, I thought they were a really good team. Since then, they've lost that goodwill. They're not that good. They are very sus, at the very least, if not just trash. They're not getting out of the group, even if the referees try to help them. I don't see it. They got a pretty strong group. They're not getting out of the group. Qatar, Almoz Ali didn't look good. Akram Afif, their best player. Nothing. At all. I didn't see anything out of Qatar that I saw during the Gold Cup. And it's sad. I didn't see what I saw out of them at the Gold Cup or Arab Cup tonight. What happened over the past 9 months? 8 months, 9 months. What happened? I'd like to know. Because I don't think there was anything that should change the way they play or change their level that drastically. But there you go. With that being said, Canada, they looked great. Without Oso, without Atiba, without Laryea for 45 minutes. Davies was out for a good bit. I hope his injury was a knock. He was walking it off, so that's a good thing, good sign. But I hope Davies isn't hurt. But he did get subbed off with a knock, but he walked it off. I hope that's about it. We'll see on Tuesday or whatever Herdman has to say about it. Davies did play well until then. David played well. I have a very high opinion of Ike Ubo. I thought Ike Ubo played well. But man of the match for me, for Canada, I would have to say Sam Adekugbe. I have to say Sam Adekugbe. I think the first goal that unlocked Qatar, or they scored that unlocked Qatar's defense, Adekugbe assist. Had a part in the second goal as well. Made a lot of good plays. I think Adekugbe is the man of the match. I do. For Canada. So with that being said, Canada plays a damn good match. They were dominant from pillar to post, from end to end, from wire to wire. Qatar didn't really show me anything that I thought that I'd see from them. I thought Canada would win this match, and they should have won by more. Dominant. Should have been 3 or 4-0, frankly. They were a bit unlucky in the second half, Canada. But what can you do? So with that being said, Canada, big win. Adekugbe, man of the match. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once you're subscribed, send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share this with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Toronto FC 2 versus Philadelphia Union 2 in the MLS Next Pro Eastern Conference semifinal. Toronto does have some playoff action, just not with the main team. But I'll see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Let's go.